we're a mere day away from finding out what's going to happen for sure with the Xbox brand. And, obviously some things are leaking and some things are starting to come out. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be a great thing for Xbox's long-term viability and sustainability, mainly just because it looks like there's going to be a lot of games going to like PlayStation and Nintendo. And, the interesting part about that is that, we all kind of brushed it off when Tim Stewart, the CFO of Microsoft, was saying that stuff last November, right? And he said, traditionally people that we looked at as, kind of competition, we're not going to be competition with anymore, et cetera, et cetera. So, it is a little bit unfortunate. Now, with this bit of information, it looks like Microsoft is going to kind of go their own way, and they're not going to be able to put like Game Pass on anything, but what they're going to be able to do is put their games on different things. And I think the idea is you have a value proposition. You think people are going to stick around for Game Pass. You think people are going to stick around because of their digital libraries. And I think, and I've said this multiple times, like I'm not switching to PlayStation. This really has nothing to do with PlayStation itself. Like I'm not going, oh man, I'm going to trash my Xbox and get a PlayStation. This is more about Microsoft made promises at the beginning of a generation. They bought Bethesda to give exclusives to places where Game Pass exists, and now they're directly giving those away. They never ever hinted at giving away Xbox Game Studios games, but we know Sea of Thieves looks like it's going out there as well. So when we kind of look at this, we can just go back to what Tim Stewart said at the Wells Fargo Summit. He said, it's a bit of a change of strategy, not announcing anything boldly here, but our mission is to bring our first-party experiences and our subscription services to every screen that can play games. That means smart TVs, that means mobile devices, that means what we have thought of as competitors in the past, like PlayStation and Nintendo. So, again, the interesting thing to me is, like this news that has kind of leaked out, even though Halo and Starfield aren't on the list, it does look like, and I've already covered this the other day, as it looks like Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and Pentiment are coming to PlayStation and Nintendo platforms. This is the interesting thing to me that really pisses me off, though, as an Xbox fan. So 2022, the worst year that I can ever think of as an Xbox fan. No games came out, and then now the highest rated game that did come out, Pentiment, I'm getting it's not a big AAA game or anything like that, but it was the pretty much the only game that we had that year from the first party, and now that's going to go elsewhere. And then we get a win with Hi-Fi Rush the following year, finally, and a Shadow Drop, great game, our highest rated game of 2023, and that's going to PlayStation. Our highest rated game of 2022, that's going to PlayStation. The only big win that we had in the Xbox One era with the new IP, Sea of Thieves, and that's going to PlayStation. So again, Phil Spencer has reiterated that they're not done making consoles, but who will want a console if, it's a situation where you can't, the exclusives aren't there. So, it's also obviously reports that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is being considered for PS5 after launch. It looks like Starfield could possibly release after the Shattered Space expansion releases on Xbox. There's rumors that Halo Infinite or some other Microsoft games like Gears of War could end up going to PlayStation as well. And, we're sort of in this weird kind of holding pattern right now where we're kind of waiting. Here's the thing, like if you're an Xbox fan, and I mentioned this on social media the other day, if you're an Xbox fan right now, you probably are thinking, man, crap gamers, all he's doing is hating Xbox. I'm passionate about Xbox. I don't want it to go away because, I like Xbox, obviously. So it's not as easy as I have 1,363 digital games installed, hundreds and hundreds more physical games, from my Xbox. I don't want to see it go away. This generation will probably play out regardless, just how it is, and then we'll have a situation where other things kind of happen down the road. But for me, Xbox games should play best on Xbox. and I'm not discounting PC. I'm saying, depending on whose piece, but I'm saying as far as a console. So the situation we find ourselves in is this. It's kind of clear that Microsoft doesn't care about the Xbox console anymore, because if the PS5 Pro is coming this year and you're porting your games to the PS5 Pro, they're going to look and run best on the PS5 Pro. We're basically beta testers at that point. They might even support VR, PlayStation VR, so they might get VR. It looks like Xbox is canceling, and this came out from GameStop. A bunch of physical versions of Xbox games were canceled. So could you imagine if PlayStation gamers get physical versions of Xbox games, but Xbox gamers don't? It's really a bad sort of situation to be in right now, and I'm not sure exactly what we can really do about it. Like outside of letting it be known to Microsoft and let it be known to them what's going to happen. This is just not great news, and I feel like the fact that they're kind of treating Xbox gamers as second-class citizens is unfortunate, to say the least. And as a fan, I just gotta say, it's disheartening, because I've wanted Microsoft to kind of compete since forever. And it seems like they didn't really get a chance to compete, and that is just one of those things that is kind of heartbreaking to me. People are like, oh, well, they had, all this, they spent $70 billion on this or whatever, but, now we're in this situation where, okay, they did that, but they didn't even get a chance to see if any of that would pay off. And that is the heartbreaking thing to all of this. And then, you just have fans. Some people, listen, you have content creators, and good for them, man, if they've managed to kind of etch out a living talking positive about Xbox. But where's going to be the positivity about Xbox in the future, right? Like, that whole, oh, well, let's get excited for Xbox thing. There is not going to be that anymore. And I can tell you right now, like, look at the Game Awards when they announced Blade, right? Now, Blade was announced. It should have been a big win for Xbox fans. Yay, Blade, we're getting our own Marvel game finally. But instead, what did all the discourse run around? It was about, is this game coming to PlayStation? Every single game that Microsoft announces, right, is going to have that same kind of discourse. Every single one of them, no matter how cool the game looks, whatever. And it's going to be that same discourse. People are going to say, oh, well, is this coming to PlayStation? And it's going to take away from the games themselves. It's always going to be a question. It's always going to be in the back of people's minds. It's always going to be on the front of their lips. It's unfortunate. And, I'm sad that this is happening, because, I'm an Xbox fan, but, I think that next generation, I think that they're killing themselves, and they know that. And I think that what the idea is, you have 30 million Xboxes sold right now. If you just stop making hardware, you have this major outrage and like backlash. If you make it so nobody even wants to buy your console to start a new generation, and then your idea is to kill it, I think that and have no backlash, I think that's what they're doing. Because I think at this current pace, you're looking at less sales for the Xbox next generation than the Wii U had. So I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel. Thanks for watching. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.